Lombard here, and welcome to a special 4th of July review. Well, the 4th of July is near, and what better way to celebrate America's birthday than by looking over a special that nobody knows about, that stars the beloved and charming Peanuts characters, as they partake in one of America's most important events in a series of American history specials called This is America, Charlie Brown, the Birth of the Constitution. Yeah, there's no Declaration of Independence or 4th of July special with the Peanuts, but this is as close as you can get. The Peanuts gang, who were all placed in 1787 Philadelphia, were assigned to help serve the 55 delegates as they discuss and debate on how the newly founded America should be governed, with Charlie Brown in charge of valet parking and sweeping the front, Snoopy being the guard dog, Linus being the usher, Lucy being the mop girl, Sally being the inkwell lady, and Peppermint Patty and Marcy handling the water to drink. And while all this is going on, Linus checks up on the meeting to bring the others up to date on what's happening, while Charlie Brown begins coming up with games that would later be real sports games. Outside of the special being part of the This is America Charlie Brown series, which is an 8-part miniseries from 1988 to 1989, looking over American history with the Peanuts gang being involved in important events while also teaching about these times, this one special is important nowadays with how America is being controlled. But in others, there's a nice little feature, which might be boring from time to time. Okay, it's not too boring, but it could be, because it's mostly repetitive. The delegates discussing and debating, the Peanuts gang doing their assignments, Charlie Brown discovering a new game, and Linus explaining what's happening. It does feel like the same thing going on every time, with slight changes, like Charlie Brown discovering baseball and basketball, and the 55 delegates discussing topics from the newly found government branches to how a leader of the United States should be voted. But my biggest concern is with the ending. Outside of not showing the Constitution being made and signed, which would have been more important to show, it first ends with Linus reading the Preamble, and where that could have been a perfect ending, it keeps going, showing the Peanuts gang discussing the future of their new country, only to finally conclude with Charlie Brown stating the Constitution being ratified, and that's it. The special quickly goes straight to the credits after that, leaving no space to pause or let the moment sink in. It's such a rush for being a 24-minute special, which really could have spent another minute or two detailing more or leaving more space to breathe. And this is only the second special in the miniseries after the Mayflower Voyagers, which is much better at its pacing and not being repetitive. But much like the previous special, it does offer a couple of good moments that aren't as great as Mayflower Voyagers, but are fine enough. There are, of course, those nice little moments associated with the Peanuts, except made of the time period, like Snoopy and Woodstock trying on different powdered wigs and laughing at each other's looks, and Lucy's infamous kickoff trick she does to Charlie Brown, even though she names the sport and rules and claims Charlie Brown for coming up with them. But there is a mistake with Charlie Brown talking and his mouth never moves, and I can buy that if it's his thoughts, but there's no echo in his voice to emphasize that. But really, that's just a nitpick I want to address. Yet, the best thing about this special, like every Peanuts special, is its music. It's only the piano and harpsichord by George Winston, but it feels delightful to hear whenever it plays. There's even a harpsichord version of the Linus and Lucy theme, which is very good. But even if the music's not overly memorable like the previous specials, especially Mayflower Voyagers, which is more memorable, it's still good to hear whenever I watch the special. As a whole, this special is alright. The characters are good, the story is alright, and the animation is fine. Director Everett Brown had done a fine job of making a Peanuts special around the makings of the Constitution while also having some nice moments associated with the Peanuts. But at the same time, it becomes repetitive and slightly boring, to the point of it wrapping up so quickly, and the final note of it all being so rushed. Yet, this is a kind of important special to discuss nowadays with its subject, as it does talk about the ways of how the United States should be governed. And with including some sweet moments with the Peanuts gang and great harpsichord and piano music, it becomes a fine special overall. So today, this special will get a rating of 2.5 mixed stars. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook or Twitter, support me on Patreon. Until next time for a new video, and have a happy 4th of July. And so, I feel like concluding this special by reading over the preamble from the Constitution. And don't worry, this is a fake, this is not the real thing. There goes nothing. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.